Speaking of role-playing bears and eating baby owl bears, welcome everyone to much anticipated, not too long overdue, actually incredibly long overdue, session 13 of our Kingmaker adventure path. Joining me today are four amazing role players. Some fun facts about all these role players. The gentleman formerly known as Zachary, now known as Ingram, actually has a pet iguana named Zuzu. I don't know if you
Nope,
knew that. Yep, pet
I
iguana
did
named
not. I
Zuzu.
don't.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Oh,
36 years old. His father gave it to him when Zachary was just a wee lad, as a test of his parental skills. So far, so good. Mimi, funny story about Mimi. She
Mm.
actually is going to be in the upcoming Winter Olympics for knitting. Yeah, that's actually one of the new ones they did. They did breakdancing last time. This time it's going to be knitting. And she is going to knit USA. That's all I have to say. That's beautiful. Love to see that. You're frowning at me. I don't know. I'm just saying. Don't you knit? Isn't that something you do? Do you knit? Cross stitch? I thought you did something like that.
Fiber crafts are one of the few crafts I don't do, actually.
Competitive baking. All right, competitive baking. Forgive me. Competitive baking. She is a very good baker, by the way. If you eat,
That's probably
All
more
right,
likely.
perfect. She's going to bake
Ugh.
things that look like knitting. It's a whole thing. Cross baking. Anyway, I digress. Funny story about Nick, actually, Denick, I should say. So he actually owns most of Canada. He's called Duke. Was it Duke or was there was a different term for it? It was Supreme
Duke
Leader, I think
Dinnick.
it was, something like that. Anyway,
I'm concerned that saying a lot of this in public is considered
great
libel.
guy, great guy. Very very fair leader. Love to see it. And finally, least and not last, least good. He's good. No, he's the best. Charles is perfect. That's all I have to say
I,
about Charles. He's a perfect man. He's very tall.
And I'm the deity of humidity.
Of deity. Yes, he's the deity
Yeah,
of humidity.
that's
That's good.
that's
Anyway,
my
now that I've
domain.
made it incredibly awkward for everyone here at our table, when we last left off, our intrepid adventurers, like 5 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, it's been a hot second. We did a little bit of RP in between the end of chapter 1 and the beginning of chapter 2. So chapter 2 picks up with you all actually being the rulers, the leaders of your own barony, kingdom, etc. sort of thing. And we're actually going to dive into a little bit of actual kingdom building here today. We're going to do about 6 months of kingdom building. We have a couple different options of how we can actually do this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And what I'm actually going to do for you all is I'm going to hop into the Kingmaker voice chat. I am going to mute myself. I'm going to have everyone else hop into the Kingmaker voice chat. And I am going to share my screen so that you guys can see what we are working with. So if you guys want to hop into voice chat in the Discord, we're gonna do this a little crazy actually, and then you should be able to see my screen, which has, and I have it streaming for the chillins at home, as it were. But we're gonna do a couple turns of kingdom building, which is very exciting. I actually figured out a good way to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you mute so mute and deafen yourself. Mute and deafen yourself in the Discord. Can everyone see the kingdom screen? I have
Yeah.
thumbs up from
Yes.
leader. I have a thumbs up from leader Denick. I have thumbs up from the God of Humidity. I have
How
thumbs
do I?
up from our next gold medalist for the USA in baking, and Ingram, the proud owner of an iguana. Or was it a newt? I can't remember what I said. It was stupid.
He's an iguana.
I'm an idiot. All right, perfect. So, did we come up with a name? I had put in the green belt, but I don't know, man. Like, do we have a name? What are we
No.
thinking?
We do not have a
It's
name.
been 5 weeks and we don't have a name.
I live a life other than playing Pathfinder.
No, you don't.
Why are we
Don't
getting
lie to
double
me.
I
feed?
think. Hypothetically.
What are you getting?
We're
I'm
all
getting-
getting double feedback.
Double feedback? What do you mean double feedback?
I'm getting triple.
Ooh.
That's a joke.
I don't understand what double feedback means. I'm sorry.
We can hear stuff twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. You know what it is? Oh crap.
Are
Hold
you
on.
also projecting your
You
camera
know what it
on
is?
Roll20?
You know what it is? Can you guys still hear yourselves?
Test.
Hello.
Also, I wasn't getting double,
Let's see.
so
I don't hear
No?
the echo anymore.
I'm not hearing the echo anymore.
Oh, I was
Me either.
sharing audio and you were hearing yourselves. I'm so sorry.
That's why
That's
you were the
okay.
only one who wasn't.
That makes
Good to
sense,
know.
right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Good. Look at me. We're figuring it out. We're doing a great job. All right. So, we need a name for the kingdom. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking the Red Keep. Well, that was the name of the capital, wasn't it? The Red
Yeah.
Keep.
That's what we
Red
were
Keep.
talking about calling
Okay,
the capital,
okay.
yeah.
Reddington. Crimsington.
For the kingdom?
Yeah.
For the kingdom. The name of the kingdom.
Mhm.
Actually, I know that we have a list of capital names here, but I kind of like Elkhart or Radiance for the kingdom more than for a capital.
Radiance is a cool name for a kingdom.
What
Or
was
like some of the other ones here.
what was the other one? Alcor?
Elkhart.
Elkharth.
If you look at the Kingdom Rolls channel, Zach put a bunch of like kingdom name and capital name suggestions, and I kind of like some of the capital names for the kingdom name.
Yeah.
Which one do you like best? Talk to
Oh,
me.
Elkharth.
Yeah.
Or
Elkharth.
Heart. Yeah.
Mm.
Or
I
like
like Hearth better.
Providence or Radiance. Yeah, Elkharth is good too.
Elkharth sounds good. I mean, that plays into
Mhm.
Erastil, which is obviously pretty predominant in the area. Elkharth does sound good, and then you could still do like the Red Keep
Yeah,
if you
for
wanted,
the
or we
capital.
could change
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like Elkharth too, yeah.
I'm feeling good with Elkharth. I mean, for whatever my opinion's worth, I just represent 98% of the
Mhm.
NPCs, so that feels good. I like
Oh,
that.
fancy.
Look,
Look at me.
Look,
I have
if
a
you get
personality disorder.
salty enough, you can just make them all Swedish.
Which
Yeah.
so that means you could outvote us with all those NPC votes.
No.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, no, that. I'm fine with Elkharth.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the council now.
No, look at
Elkarth.
me.
All right, perfect. Elkarth. So, we are gonna do a turn of kingdom building, which is a very exciting thing that involves some D20 rolls. Can everyone see the turn wizard?
Yep.
All right. So the way this works is it takes place over multiple steps. We will not be using all of the steps. The first one is, the most important one is the stability check. It determines how stable your kingdom is. Now, good news is your DC is currently only 22, and you have a plus 21 to this DC. Who wants to make the D20 roll to see if you don't roll in that one?
I'll do it.
Ingram, I believe in you. You're a good man.
Here we go.
Got a 19. The kingdom
Good
is
job.
stable. I click apply. I click
Awesome.
next. Next thing, we pay consumption. Consumption is how much it costs just to feed your populace, upkeep the city guards, keep the buildings from going dilapidated, etc. Your current consumption is 2. I click apply. You'll notice that as I click apply, your total treasury, which was at 51, goes down to 49. I click next. You have no army, so it skips that. We do have a magic place. I'm going to go ahead and click auto. That's going to automatically fill some magic items. Now, the program itself gives me a list of magic items that are available for purchase. That's if I wanted to use the city building rules. I don't really do that because it's kind of tedious. Like, if you want to buy something, we'll just buy it, right? Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it didn't come up on the random loot table. You can't buy a +1
Right.
base. All right, like it is what it is. Now, next part is one of my favorite. This is where you get to claim a hex, build a new settlement or an army, do new buildings, and then do hex improvements as far as hex feature improvements. So basically what this means is you can claim up to 1 hex. Hexes that you've claimed represent the territory of your barony kingdom, your Samiaocracy, whatever you want to call it. Represents where your actual control, where your border is. So a couple of just pieces of information bits of advice, etc. And obviously Mimi can comment on this because she went extensively through this last time. She's played through this. Farmland, so like the rolling plains up here, is very important because it allows you to build what's called farms. Farms reduce your consumption. If your consumption gets too high, your kingdom can fail because literally you don't have enough gold, supplies, etc. to feed your populace. People leave, the kingdom goes into crumbling, and you lose. Game over. All right. So
Question.
Go ahead, please, Nick.
Could you please put the map in Roll20 to the one we've been using as well? Because we had some notes on there about some of the hexes that I don't think I see here.
Absolutely, brother.
We had at least one that was marked as really good farmland.
All right, let me do
While that is principle in my mind,
Ooh, secrets.
Oh, there's no secrets.
so I just need to compare, I guess.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 directly above. The one with
it
the
is
corner.
this one right here.
Yeah. That has fertile farm.
When you
Okay.
claim it, I will simply add. So there's this cool thing I can do where I can do bonus breakdown. I'll add a bonus to it, additional modifier, which will be like I'll add like a stability, or I'll add extra production, etc. I'll add something for it.
I presume, though, that we can really only expand to adjacent hexes.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
100% correct. Yes.
So maybe this one here in the Roll20?
Yeah, like do this one right up here.
What do you think?
Yeah.
The place where bad plans happen. You'll love to see it.
Oh, but of
I
course
would
we
say-
haven't explored around it.
Yeah, but we can do that
This-
after we're done
guy-
with the kingdom turn.
Yeah, sorry. The person in me that likes civilization would have continued up along the river to the place right
Yeah,
to the
that's
right,
true.
but like
I think we need
know how
farmland
much that makes
first.
a difference.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, this
I
is
think they're
also
both farmland,
farmland.
isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
This
if that
has
is
water.
also farmland.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, because
Claim it?
I was thinking we want to
Perfect.
secure the waterways.
Claiming a hex costs 1 build point. Okay, it costs 1 build point, and it increases your consumption by 1. Now that you've done that, you'll see that your hexes claimed per turn goes to 0. As your kingdom gets bigger, there are 3 kingdom sizes. It goes from like barony to like duchy to actual kingdom. As your kingdom gets bigger, which is based off the number of hexes you have, and then your total population, which is correlated with the number of hexes you have, as you get bigger, you can then claim more hexes per turn. It is a balancing act between expanding so you can build more shit and not expanding too quickly so that your control DC goes too crazy. Make sense? All right, brilliant. Perfect. All right, let me do this. So let's do this. So now you can build up to 2 new hex features. If it was me, I would build a farm at the keep. I would build a farm here. That should make your total consumption 0. Just my 2 cents. Any complaints about that?
I seem to remember something about fisheries from Solaria.
Yes, you can do fisheries on areas that have water or areas that are marshes, which like the total southern area down here.
Okay, it's our marshes.
Our
Okay.
marshes, you can absolutely add fisheries down there, yes.
Okay, then I vote we stick with the farm for now.
Perfect. 2 farms.
That sounds good.
Total consumption is -1. Another really good thing to build is a granary, because eventually if you can get enough negative consumption, that negative consumption can be stored in a granary, and in the granary, that's basically extra build points you have that gets put as stored BP that you can then pull upon.
We can't do that on the same hexes as farms or anything. They each need their own hex, right?
Correct. That is correct. I'm going to go to the Red Keep. So you can build every turn if you want to. You can build a house. If you want to, you can just build a house. It does not count towards your total buildings built. So you still have to pay for it, but it does not count towards your total buildings built. A lot of buildings will require a house next to it so that you can build it. You also have a couple of discounted buildings that you can build that are built off of another building that's already been built. All right. So you obviously have your Caster's Tower. Okay. That was built by the nice merchant lady, right? Remember that? Everybody remember that? Okay, perfect. Good.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you have some discounted items. You also have upgrades. So this one can eventually become a waterfront, which is just, better. It gives +4 to the economy versus +1. But obviously you don't have the 74 build points to do that. You have the jail, dump, cistern, and barracks that are discounted. And then obviously all of these other cool buildings that you can build. Anything that you guys feel would be important or helpful to build right now.
Mage Tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at the watchtower that's under our discounted buildings too.
That gives +1 stability, -1 unrest, +2 defenses.
That sounds good.
Start some music just so we got a little background here.
Yeah.
1 second. Let's do... Oh, I muted it. Oopsie. That's a little too loud. There we go. This. Gonna mute this. Almost like I haven't streamed in forever. We were supposed to do Wrath of the Righteous on Thursday, and then Bri was sick. I was very sad.
Oh.
He had the flu. He had the sickie.
Oh no.
I know. All right, so the Watchtower's not bad. One thing to say about the Watchtower: if you guys ever get some unrest, which increases your control DC, basically the citizens are unhappy, you can build this to reduce unrest. So it might be something you want to save to use more tactically. Again, completely up to you guys. Completely up to you guys. It's not a bad build. It's cheap, and it increases your stability, which is one of the things that can very much get out of control very quickly.
All right.
What would a temple do for us?
Yeah.
Can we afford one?
Okay, Miss Kitty, I need
Or
you
a
to take breath.
shrine or something, or
Temples
if you have a
are
smaller one.
32.
Okay, so we can afford
They
one.
are 2 loyalties, 2 stability, and -2 unrest. And then you can choose
two
what kind
minor
of
magic
alignment
items.
they are, which changes some of their bonuses as well.
And what's the difference between a shrine and a temple?
Yeah, so a shrine just gives you a loyalty bonus, and then you can decide what type of shrine it is, and that changes the bonus accordingly. So you could be neutral shrine, evil shrine, chaotic shrine, and then it changes the alignment of that shrine. And then it gives you a different bonus modifier.
I'm not sure I really follow how the upkeep works. Was that temple going to cost us 32 each turn?
No,
Or
just
just
32
32
to
to
build. Great question. Yep. It's just a one-time purchase, and then it's yours. You don't have to continue to pay for it.
I guess I wondered because Mimi, you said that we couldn't afford it, but if we have 44 build points, then why can't we?
No, the temple I said we could. I was not sure at first because I didn't know how much. I didn't remember how much.
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure. I agree. Emptying out the treasury does not seem like a completely fantastic idea, but
no, but we could because we have 44. I just didn't remember how much it was. That's why I said I'm not sure if we can. But
what is the smallest school thing that they have? There's I see a university 78. There is a magical academy which is 58.
I don't think there is a small one. Oh well, there's a Bardic College which is 40.
Ew.
But I was gonna say that's probably not what you want.
I don't know. You, he says. That's so rude to bards. Jeez.
I mean, they sing people
the
to death.
orphanage is probably the cheapest you
Orphanage, you said?
Yeah, the cheapest school being the orphanage.
I mean, yeah.
Today we're going to teach you gents to pickpocket.
Oh, it's only 6 build points.
Consider yourself at home.
So
consider yourself part of the family.
If we build a smithy, can it later be upgraded to a foundry?
I don't believe smithy gets upgraded to foundry. No, I don't believe so.
I think they'd also be.
Unless it might, but I don't think it does. I think it's different things.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What does the foundry do?
A foundry.
Raw metals.
Yeah, the foundry.
I'm talking about in the thing.
So a smithy gives you +1 economy, +1 stability, and the foundry gives you
economy, stability, but it does increase unrest.
Yeah. Oh, it does increase
only one.
Unrest.
It's a one-time thing. So the unrest is always a one-time thing. It's not a cumulative, but like the stability and the
Mhm.
economy is forever.
Gotcha. I like the smithy for now
Yeah,
better.
it also
If we needed one.
does increase by 1 the effects of up to 1 mine connected to the settlement by a river or road.
Which there is a mine where the kobolds live,
Right.
which you can eventually get up to.
Which would be good in the
is
future.
like
Mhm.
basically 2 hexes away from you guys.
Yeah, they're
Yeah. Well,
three.
so I would request for 6 points out of our thing to build a smithy
Yeah.
if everyone would agree to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Of course, the dwarf wants to build a
'Cause
smithy.
well, it's core to Torag's beliefs.
Basic ass dwarf.
Also, it will be
Yes.
useful.
Oh, for
so.
sure. 100%.
Yeah.
Smithy, going once, going twice,
Yeah.
3 times. Sold to the man with a miraculous beard. Boom.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you.
Will we be at consumption 0 or below 0?
So your consumption is -1 right now.
Okay.
Which we cannot turn into stored BP because we do not have a granary.
Correct. So probably something to think about next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially building a granary.
Potentially. So that is the one and only building we can make this turn, right?
Correct. Yeah,
Yep.
based on the number of workers you have. So we pursued
so we
on
can
to the
only
next
make one?
Okay.
Yep.
We
so
only get one this turn. We
next
get another
turn.
one next turn,
here
which
you
is
can
in
change
a month.
in a month in game. We're doing 6 months of kingdom building up front.
Gotcha,
We're gonna do
gotcha.
6 months of this. We're gonna do 6 turns of this.
Okay.
Basically represent you guys, got your information, started your kingdom. You took 6 months to like gather people, build up some things. You got a couple of free buildings up front that I gave you as a hey, let's not make sure the kingdom doesn't fail right off the rip.
Right.
Can you believe that one of my Kingmaker games, I offered them a free caster tower and they said no? Like we
Really?
don't trust that person. Of course, it is Garifin that they're talking to, so it is what it
Yeah.
is. But maybe knows what I'm talking about.
The fuck is a Gareth then?
Godfrey,
Don't ask that.
Godfrey
He will
Silas Locke at your service.
If you ask it, he will appear,
Gareth
and we will be in
Sorensen.
trouble.
Garifin Sorensen at your
It's one
service.
of Wolf's. It's a character that Wolf played, and then ports in as a villain to every game.
Okay, in one game,
Charming.
he fell in love.
minor dated.
In one game,
included him in other games.
In one game, he fell in love and became not evil, and then got killed
Here.
because he can never have a happy ending.
Next question I have regarding building things.
Yes.
In this giant list of things, I see things are labeled as discount. Is it having these things provide a discount for the item, or they provide a discount the other way around?
No, they are discounted.
So if you build a certain building, it provides a discount, usually half cost or something, to another building. But it's only usable once. So like, for example, if you build the castle gives you a discount on X, Y, and Z. Once you use that discount, then it's used. So usually you want to use whatever discount's going to give you the biggest bang for the buck. Does that make sense?
So yeah, it says castle has discount for noble villa and town hall. So is it that if we have a noble villa and a town hall, we get a discount on the castle, or it's providing a discount on the
Choose a
noble
town
villas
hall.
and the town hall?
Correct, that one.
Okay, thank you. The way it was written, I actually had assumed it would be the other way, with the idea of you really need to have nobles living here in a town hall before you can bother putting in a castle.
That
kind
would,
of thing.
in my headcanon, make more sense, but that is not the way they designed it, which is silly.
Okay.
So, yeah,
All right.
is what it is.
Good to know.
All right. So how many holidays per year do you want to have? What kind of promotion do you want to have? And what do you want your taxes to be?
So what does the holidays do?
So holidays. If I do a holiday, it increases your loyalty, but does increase your consumption. Holidays are a great way to... So if I did 24 holidays, your loyalty would be up by quite a bit, but your
also our
consumption would be
consumption.
7.
Yeah.
So what are our options? 1, 6, 12, 24. 6 or 12 sound good? Any preferences on...
6 for now.
6?
'cause
You want to
we're
do 6 for
small.
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Promotion is... Go ahead.
Well, I don't know what necessarily we're celebrating yet. I can only think of one thing we'd be celebrating so far, which is,
Founders Day?
Stag Day, which is where You traditionally mount up on horses and run down a local elk and butcher it for food. And whoever manages to catch the elk and strangle it with their teeth becomes the stag queen for the day, I guess. Um, but I'm more concerned that if we don't have the extra um, production yet, then should we worried about spending all the? I don't know. I don't.
Well, so we're not
Just
spending
fine.
anything. We're just giving them holidays to increase.
Well, if you do a
to get
holiday,
benefits.
it increases your consumption, which
Mhm.
means that when we do the consumption, it eats up some of your build points.
Right.
One holiday is not a bad start. I see what Nick is saying, and I don't disagree with him.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But I don't know how much we grow per each like turn.
When do we get to revisit the question of holidays? Whenever we
Every
want?
single month. Every
Okay.
month. Every month.
Okay.
Okay. Then why don't we start with one holiday a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stag Day.
Yep.
Stag
And we'll
Day.
move on, and we'll add more as we grow and we find out what our major, like, if we want to do a general celebration for all the gods we worship or give some of them separate ones type of thing.
Lady of the Woods Day.
And
Well,
This is why
The
I'm
day
not
where
the
you go
king,
in-
because I'm very indecisive.
The
And what
day
is
where you go and hug a tree.
what is promotion?
Now, promotion is basically how much are you pushing your kingdom? Like, are you saying, like, come see us, we're amazing? It helps with stability. So the way that works, if you do token, it increases consumption, but your stability goes up. If you do standard, your stability goes up more, but your consumption goes up. You can do aggressive, and again, stability goes up, consumption goes up. So basically, you're spending consumption to make your kingdom more stable. Basically, you're like, basically like hiring, like basically like giving people money to come live and work in your area is the way it works.
And how does the consumption works? Every turn we get that much removed from our treasury.
Total build points, yes. If you go
Okay.
negative, then bad things start to happen.
Okay.
Come and travel the Greenbelt Trail. You won't get dysentery here.
I think token is fine, or maybe the one above it.
What's the one above it?
Or
Standard?
Oh,
yeah.
you mean below?
So right now,
Yeah.
your control DC is 23.
Mhm.
Your stability check is 24. Token or none puts you in a really good spot, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Okay.
I feel like we should start with token. We only have 2 hexes right now.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, your
that's
total
true.
square miles is like 24.
We don't want a huge influx of people right now because we don't have space for them yet.
Do you want a huge influx of Miss Luna?
If we have a huge influx of
I
people,
would
can we
love
then
a
use
huge
them to
influx of
build
this.
the
Okay,
space
here
for
you go.
them?
There you go.
Like, or is it dependent upon the order of operations? I
Ask your
guess?
question again. I was picking up this kitty and talking to her. I apologize.
The question is, if we are aggressively, I guess, advertising and bringing in lots of people, we don't currently have the houses and farms set up for them.
Correct.
But can we then, do they move in and then we use them to build those farms and space?
That's all very
Or is it
ethereal,
like,
but
what is the
yes.
order?
Yeah.
I guess the question is, what is the order of operations as it's happening? Do people move in and then they build stuff, or do we build stuff and then people move in?
They move in, and then you build stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was if we build it, they will come.
Ooh,
Field of Dreams.
that is indeed a movie that exists.
Yeah.
I got the reference, buddy.
I don't get it. Can you explain it to me like I'm 5? I'm kidding. I get it. I love you, Charles. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
This is why you're the emperor of humidity.
Yeah, that's right.
Dry wit.
No, it's a very moist wit. Anyway. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
We're having fun here.
To put it, I think this is all very mechanical.
It's all very
I think-
mechanical. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think token's good enough, and then
Yeah.
as far as taxes, definitely overwhelming.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Heavy tax. Deeply,
Yeah.
just you rip it. You're like, come to our
Yeah.
kingdom, also give us everything, and you
I
can never
think
leave.
I think for the first month, either none or light is the option we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavily overwhelming.
No.
Deep.
So
deep greed.
taxes do what?
That helps you when you collect taxes. It increases the amount of gold that you collect, and it increases the amount of build points you have for the following turns.
But as I recall, it affects loyalty
It
negatively.
does make loyalty. You don't make a lot of loyalty checks, but when you do, if it's low, it can really fuck you.
So just light is fine for now.
Light taxes. Little sprinkling, little sprigging of taxes.
What are special edicts?
Special edicts are the program doesn't use special edicts. I can add them, but basically it increases stability, loyalty, or economy. It's like something that you're focused on for a certain turn. It costs build points to do. I've never used it in any of my Kingmaker games, and no one has felt it. So yeah. All right.
I think that's a good reason for us to dive into it.
I think you should shut your whore mouth. You human son of a bitch.
That was quick.
Just going right at him. Damn.
I'm very hot and cold with Charles because we have the same name. So like I'm very like I love you or I hate you, just like I love myself and hate myself. So it makes sense. Yeah.
Yes, that's actually referred to as tsundere.
That's exactly. I don't know what that means, but I'm that.
It means exactly what you just said, word for word. And I'm not even
Tsundere,
joking.
you said? Is that Japanese?
Yeah.
It is, yes. And it means someone who is
It's
both
not
hot and then
when it's
cold.
from Japan.
Tsundere. That's me. So do you want to withdraw some gold from your treasury? Don't do that. Never do that.
Not yet.
Never.
Why?
Okay, who wants to
I
roll?
don't think we have any gold in our treasury yet.
I mean, you have 38 build points, which is worth 38 build points times 4,000. You have like 152,000 in your treasury. However, we withdraw, it increases instability, which is bad. Because people are like, you're stealing from the kingdom. You're supposed to use that money for us. All right, who wants to roll an economy check? I think Mimi should do it.
I can do it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can do it. It's just a d20, right?
Yes.
Oh God!
Why are we making me roll anything?
All I'm saying is we could have done overwhelming taxes. We could have, and
No, we couldn't have.
Well, we didn't get a 1.
You got 8 build points versus a possible 13, so it's not that bad. Right.
Yeah, that's not the worst.
Yeah, you didn't roll a 1.
Wait, who's our treasurer?
For me.
An NPC, I think.
So
Yeah.
Wolf should
think
be
it's,
making the economy
I'm
checks.
happy to do it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it.
We
I
can
thought
also
you were saying
press
we were-
the
So wait.
roll for me.
What you're telling me
button?
is I'm in charge of the economy for your kingdom?
I'm saying that you get to roll the d20.
Oh boy.
Oh,
We
I thought
could
you were
all...
going to say we should punish our treasurer.
Oh boy.
No.
Don't
No,
tell me.
I'm saying that Wolf
pretty sure
gets to
that's
roll the
Svetlana.
d20 for it. Big difference.
I think we just press the roll for me button and blame the program.
That's boring. I'm not doing it.
Aw.
All right, so we're going to do 5 more of these. It should go a little bit quicker. Let me start the turn, wizard. Somebody roll stability.
Wizard. How about it?
You already rolled.
Okay. Got it.
So Theragor or
I can
Denix
do
should
it.
roll it.
Charles.
So just a straight D20?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Oh, Dinnick did it. There we go.
Wow,
no,
1d
no, I
don't.
230.
that's a bad.
That was aggressive. That was an
There we
aggressive
go.
number. I like that.
that was what we call.
Dennett coming through in the
I
clutch.
rolled the d20 and it stopped on a corner and it was just spinning and wouldn't stop.
Mhm.
All right. Do we want to claim hexes? I would encourage
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
Are we going up towards the? We can go here and then here. We could do this to keep it even. I mean, you don't have to keep it like a circle. You can make it a snake, a slithery snake. You can do whatever you want.
Hang on. So you're showing more area than we've explored, so we can't claim unexplored hexes.
Correct. It's anything basically northish.
Yeah.
I think we go and take the continuation of the river going towards the kobolds.
So that's this one here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You want this one right here?
Mm-hmm.
All
Sure.
right, I can do
Yeah.
it. Done. Claimed. All right, and then hex improvements. We can do a farm. I don't think you can do a fishery.
It's got water.
But we wanted to
Might
do a
need, like,
granary, right?
We might want to do a granary on the tree hex that's to the north of it, maybe.
Okay.
We might have to do the fishery down south on the
South,
larger
yeah.
body of water.
Yeah,
and
we'll
Yeah, no,
not
do it
but
on the
maybe-
Tuskwater there.
Always
But
do
maybe
a farm.
like a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's right. This is a caverns hex. So these two
Oh.
are caverns hexes. So you actually cannot build a
Understanding.
farm there, but you
Oh.
can build a mine, which gives
Oh.
you free economy and build points every turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
What's the difference between a quarry and a mine?
And then you can also build, same thing, just
So-
one of them you build on a cavern and the other you build on a mountain. It's a whole
A
thing.
mine, you're going for precious metals or gems. Quarries, you're going for rock.
Okay, and then let's see here. Can you build a fishery on that one as well? I think you can. Let me double check. You can. So I did a fishery there for you, and I did a mine. So you have both.
Hmm.
Not
Cool.
bad. And you have +1 free build point per turn. All right, let's go back to the Red Keep. And what are we thinking? What are we thinking? This is going to be
So,
the lusty, the lusty
Lucy?
leprechaun.
Uh,
the inn.
oh, the inn, yes.
Ian.
How do you spell leprechaun? L-E-P.
Leprechaun?
Rechaun.
That's a weird word. The lusty leprechaun. That's the name of that one.
Okay.
The nice houses. These ones over. This one will be called the Castle's Town Hall. Stone Merchants. This one's going to be called the Docks. This will be called, yeah, Castle's Town Hall. Cool. All right. What do we think we want to build? We got 35 build points. Kind of sitting pretty right now.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of discounts.
What's the castle named?
The castle is called
The Red Keep.
Red Keep. The Red Keep.
There you go.
What are we thinking? What feels good? What feels right?
Hmm.
I hate to ask, but do we have a city wall yet?
No, we don't.
No. I do
Anything
want to
that
ask.
keeps the bears from wandering into town.
What well, that's what the druids are for. When are we gonna need army units?
Not until later.
Okay.
No one's invading your 36 square miles. Most people don't even know you exist yet.
I mean, castle walls. They what do
So
they do?
mechanically speaking, castle walls are really good for getting unrest down. It's more of a role play thing, you know, like you like no like imagine like like a village in Skyrim where you just kind of walk in and there's no wall. Like, that's kind of what your city is right now. It's not Whiterun, right? With its walls. It's like the one to the south. I haven't played Skyrim forever. I really want to get back into Oblivion. Quick side note. But I also don't want to play $60 for a game I've already beat.
Yeah. When you bought it like 4 other
I
times.
bought it like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
The remastered version does look good though, and I did like Oblivion better than I like Skyrim. Skyrim was fun, but Oblivion was ballers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
A lot of issues with the remake, but
is there? That's disappointing. Like mechanically?
Yeah,
Okay,
kind of.
fair enough. We won't go down that rabbit hole. I was just curious.
Yeah.
All right, what are we thinking?
What does an alchemist do?
So an alchemist gives you +1 economy, and it's only 18 build points.
I would suggest that. Or
Does give us minor potions and stuff.
Lily's alchemy and muffins.
Lily was
I like the
Frank's
cheap
wife,
things.
right?
Lily is
Yeah.
Frank's wife.
Yeah. We need it. We need
This
it.
must be
Yeah.
built next to a home or a tenement, so we would have to build a house.
Well, we have a house right there.
No, it's already has
it's already
something next
used
to it
next to
that's
the inn.
using that.
Yep.
The inn's using the house. So if we build a house.
What about the smithy then? What is that using?
It's not using anything. It doesn't need a house
Oh.
next to it.
So if we build a house in like maybe the upper left quadrant,
I like that.
and then Lily's place next to it.
I like that. I like that.
I think we should be at some point looking at a library, and that we should be looking at a barracks because, well, I don't think we need an enormous active military. I think that having nothing is probably
Right.
what's the term?
And-
Unlike an authoritarian figure.
Also,
And
we do currently have guards of a sort. We have Creston and his men, so
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
And they should be able to have some place to keep their stuff, which is not
Mhm.
like they're above their beds.
When we fill all of these squares,
You can
in the-
build another zone.
Yeah.
Basically,
Okay.
so
Okay,
with
yeah.
the oh, that's what I want. Show roads. So that's the option. Yeah, maps, settlements, capital. So this is a district. This will be called. Let's call it downtown. Going downtown. And then you can build a new district if you
Oh,
want to.
nice.
So you
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
like, I want to
Okay.
build another district. So settlements,
Yeah.
districts, add new.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a west district, south district. I mean, technically you
Thieves
can't build a
district.
south district. Whoa! The dwarven district.
That's right. Yes, yes.
Hey, big boy, you want a beard massage? Just kidding.
Beard oil. Let's get your beard oil.
I got some loose iron for you. Disgusting. You got any raw metals? Dwarves are weird.
Metal scrap.
Mithril dust here, mithril dust. All right. So edicts, are we feeling good about these?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to increase taxes? Overwhelming's looking kind of good.
No. Stop it.
Come on, capitalism.
I think it's up to the queen.
What are we thinking, Samia? Normal taxes?
I still think we should stick with light until we've got at least another hex
No,
or
that
two.
treasure is
Yeah.
looking pretty light. I'm just saying. That one guy, he had 2 horses, not just one. I don't
Oh,
think he's paying.
boo-hoo!
I don't think
Good
he's,
for
I
him.
don't think he's paying his fair share.
Good for him.
Well, stop making us think about bad decisions. Such a mean.
That's the treasurer again. Who's
Just saying.
Who's our treasurer?
Yeah, can we get an answer on that? Who's the treasurer? Who do we blame for these things?
I'm
Your
pretty sure
treasurer
it's
is
the
Arodus.
Galfan.
Oleg.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
He's on the level.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
all
Light taxes.
I'm saying is that man had 2 horses when all he needed was one.
You don't know that.
His
That's
cart,
the wrong argument to use with Samia.
his cart was a single cart drawn horse. The other horse was just standing around lollygagging.
Lollygagging.
Send that horse to the mines.
Horses love mines.
Oleg's like, what do we feel about? What's the over under on child labor?
Wow. That's getting dark. Let's
Yeah.
drink your coffee.
I mean, it's the Middle Ages here. Put the kids to work. All right, keeping the edicts the same. It sounds like
Yeah.
not withdrawing any build points. Collect taxes. Am I rolling? I would like
No.
Nick to roll.
Roll?
Nick.
Nick hasn't rolled yet.
Oh,
Is that true? I
he rolled
He
a
did.
50
6.
last time.
Yeah, roll a d620.
Yeah.
Nick just rolled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charles.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Oh,
it's fine.
yeah, 100. I'll take it. That's pretty good.
Nice.
Wow. I'm telling you guys.
These dice are cursed.
Overwhelming, it would help. Just saying. Just
What?
That
saying.
depends whether or not you want to crack down on people who are clearly moving here to evade their taxes from
Also,
Rafoy.
we're trying to start off a little welcoming.
I mean, it's welcoming. You're welcoming them to give you all their money.
We're not reinventing capitalism.
Come on! It's great! No, what you're doing is socialism. They give you all the money and then you redistribute it, right?
That's still not socialism.
I
That's
know.
communism.
I'm just being a dick. I'm just being a dick. All right. So let's move on. Let's do turn number 3. I'm gonna roll the stability check. I get a 14. I'm gonna do the consumption. We're gonna go auto. We're gonna choose. We're gonna go add item. Gonna go next. Ooh, we have a potion of hold portal. A potion of Hodor.
Oh no!
Ah.
One of the that was sad. That was so sad. That was good.
It was. Yeah.
There were good moments in that series. It ended kind of weird, but I digress.
Mhm.
All right. Claim and build. Where do we want to claim?
Let's get. What do we do? Another plains next to the Red Keep.
Oh, so
We can get consumption up.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I
We
like
could do
it.
this one. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We do this. Claimed. I'm assuming a farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because that's the farmland.
We could do a
No, that
fishery.
one up there is farmland.
We could do a fishery right here, which is another -1, but you are currently at 0, so we could save the build points for a building if you want.
I'd rather save the build points.
I love that. Yes. Yes, your majesty. All friggin' right. We got 20 build points. Little low. We had mentioned a barracks. It's only 3 build points. It's only 3 build points.
Are we at capacity for our tenement, or do we need to make another one?
Yes. So, and this does not have to be built. This does not have to be built next to a house. So it can just be built anywhere. It can be upgraded eventually to a garrison. Garrison is a 2 hex thing, so maybe just thinking, you know, spatially, if you put it on the hex to the left, right below the town hall, you can then expand it to a garrison eventually. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Comments, questions, concerns?
No.
Love it.
That sounds good.
It's be called the Red of Awesome.
No.
But the barracks.
The red barracks of awesome.
Yeah.
What? Shut
The
up.
Red Guard.
Shut up. I thought it was cool. You guys are mean. You're all stupid. I hate you. Alright. And then Garrison. A, B, C, D, E. It's 28. That's kind of expensive, but it also does stability and loyalty, which is a good one, eventually. I don't think you need to build a house. I think we're good. We're gonna go next.
I have a question.
How are we feeling about taxes?
Good. I see a thing there next to size in above crime called corruptio date. What is that?
I'm sorry, you see something in the what? No.
Above the last, like, on the kingdom manager thing.
Right here?
No, middle, top middle.
Right here?
Corruptio date, yeah.
Oh, that's supposed to be creation date, but
Oh.
the program is glitching because it does that.
Oops.
Because, you know, it was built by one guy who did God's work.
Corruption.
That's fair.
Yeah, its corruption is meshed together with build date. So it's supposed to be total corruption, but the date is moving over on top of it. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Cool.
We're good.
Cool.
All right. So
as
taxes, normal.
As is.
What is as is right now? What do we have?
Light. This
Taxes
is turn 3.
Light.
Oleg is
Yeah.
encouraging a normal tax rate to help build the treasury because it's getting
So
kind of low.
Standard, you mean? Is that what it's called? No,
Normal.
Oh, normal.
You can keep it at light. Oleg's not going to press. You're the Baroness. But he's like, we should increase taxes a little bit.
All right, we can go up to normal.
Yes, one step closer to overwhelming.
We're not going up to overwhelming.
We might one day. We'll see what happens.
No. Unless Samia changes out of all recognition, she will not go higher than normal.
All right.
Yeah.
Ingram.
If
Go ahead, Charles.
Listen, these wagon
no,
steaks
nothing.
are
It
not
was
cheap.
nothing.
Look,
Oh.
there's enough horses lollygagging. Yep. What do we got?
Always horse
What's the-
jokes.
Look at that. That's 10 build points. It would have only been like 8. Huge difference. Could have been like 18 if you did overwhelming, but that's what it is.
It's not. We're not doing that.
I'm just saying, there's options. I can't breathe. That's really funny. Ooh. Oh shit.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Hmm?
Oh
78.
my god. All right. Things are about to get
That's
wild next turn. All right, this is
78,
turn
what?
4. This is turn 4. We're going to do stability. We got a 5.
Wow.
No magic items to be held. No unrest. We're going to head back over to the Stolen Lands. What hex do we want to claim?
Great tree?
Retreat? Does increase your loyalty.
I chose last time.
What's that?
I chose last time, so
For hexes? What about the tree hex, the one that's currently highlighted?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. It gives you
Yeah.
+1 loyalty. You can
I
also
like it.
build a farm there, which is never a bad idea.
Or we could build a granary there too.
Well, you build a
Mhm.
granary in the Red Keep.
Oh,
That is
that's
a building.
right.
That's a building, yeah.
Right. So yeah, so we would want that to be a farm then.
Alright, so we do a farm.
Yeah, having the granary out there would be like bread mecca, where
Yeah.
people travel across the lands to get their
Mhm.
bread.
And then we're thinking granary,
yeah. Well,
which does not need to be built next to a house. It is 12 build points. There's a really nice spot next to Smithy.
That sounds good.
I mean, that looks
Yeah.
like a good spot.
that can't go wrong. Not toxic fumes right next to a
Red
Not food.
brains. They're made of people. That's beautiful.
That's
All right,
totally green. It's made
beautiful.
of
So
people.
this was number. That was 3. This is 4. We have 5 and 6 left. Next. Next. I'll roll for tax. Look at that, 15. I'm very good at taxes.
Got taxes.
Right. All right, we have discovery. I don't like that one.
What?
A remarkable treasure. The settlement immediately fills one of its magical slots. I don't like that one either. Political calm. Nice. Great event. Run event. Yes. So everything is very calm for you guys, which increases your stability, keeps everything running smooth. All right, 2 more of these. We're going to kind of burn through them real quick.
Okay.
Let's go back to Kingdom, Maps, or is that, wait a minute, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 and 6. Yep, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll do 5 and 6. What hexes do you want to claim?
Let's do the 2 river hexes maybe.
You can do 1 hex, you could do this hex right here, and then this hex
Let's
next
do
to
the right river hex, and then we can go and claim the mites, but not the mites, the kobolds.
Kobolds. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Kobolds
Yeah.
are
Mhm.
claimed. And then we're going to build a farm there. It's never a bad idea to build a farm. And then we're going to pop back to the Red Keep. Okay. Oh, did I accidentally close the turn thingy? I
I think you did.
I did. Fuck. Hold on. I'll fix it. Next. We did that. Okay. We did our hex feature. Do you want to build anything? You have 25 build points right now. Do you want to build anything?
Yeah. Probably.
What does a mill do? MILL, mill.
Economy and stability +1. 6 build points. Not bad.
Yeah.
Has to be built next to the water.
We've got space next to the water. We can put it in the bottom left so it's not next to the pier or the caster's tower.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And that way the pier can expand into a waterfront later.
Love it. Alright, looks good. Next. Another 15. I am on fire. Finish. Alright, this is our last kingdom building turn. Kingdom. Maps. Stolen lands. We're claiming this one?
No,
This one?
the one right next
This
to it
one.
where the kobolds live. Yeah.
This one.
No, yeah,
don't
the kobolds
that
live.
one?
No, the
Well, I thought we already
the
had the
kobolds live with the river one, right?
This
Yeah,
should
we got the
be-
kobolds.
They're on the map. They're marked next to Farm Fertile. Right here.
Yeah, they're right there. They're up here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, we should grab
Oh.
the kobolds.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we're gonna claim that.
Because they are
I'm
friends.
then gonna put a resource there, which is a mine. Skadoosh. Also gonna put a resource there of gold. Oh, that's right, you can't do two, you just do the one. That's right, that's perfect. Okay. It's gonna be kobold mines. It gives you +1 economy when you claim it, which is beautiful. And I can put a farm there for you. Farmy farm. Farm. Okay. And then, doodly, we're at -4 consumption, which is huge.
Hell
I should
yeah.
also have 3 stored build points because I fucked up the last turn. Did I close the turn thingy again? I did. Ah,
Fine.
I am drunk on the power. I swear. All right, let's do the Red Keep. You have 32 build points right now, technically 35. What do we want to do with it?
Let's see.
Oh, a monastery.
Bell out to McDonald's.
Let's see.
Huh. Lore, law.
see.
Maybe something that'll boost loyalty. That seems to be our big stat that's trailing behind right now.
What about a temple to Erestil? How much? Well, let's see how much does a temple cost. It could be expensive.
32.
Oof. Yeah.
That would wipe us out completely.
Yeah.
But you've got your, the tax season's coming up. We can do overwhelming.
A shrine does what?
A tavern is +1 loyalty. Let's see what else.
What does
Stable. Shrine is +1 loyalty. Oh, a sewer system.
24.
You could do a cistern.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see what is.
so? What about a cistern?
Let's see. What is that?
Cistern, please.
+1 stability.
Yeah.
Oh, we were looking for loyalty.
Loyalty, though,
right?
yeah.
One of the
Dance
best
hall.
things for loyalty.
Dance hall is +2 loyalty.
Well, the
And
dance
it's only
hall is
4
the
BP.
dance hall is called a brothel in this one.
Well, you got to dance somewhere.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it is +1 to corruption, +1 to crime, though.
That's
Let's see
livable
what
at this point.
Let's see.
A brewery is 6. It does loyalty 1, stability 1.
Corruption +1
Oh,
to
brewery.
it, but that's okay. I mean, you need a little
brewery?
corruption. Oh,
It
I
does-
was,
I
I
think you
was
should
looking
put
at
the
the
brewery
bureau.
next to the town hall and the barracks, because then the folks that are at the town hall, they can go drink after they've had a long day.
And then get arrested. We don't have a jail yet. Never mind.
Yeah, a brewery's not bad. I mean,
yeah.
we can sell
Maybe-
that too.
Do we want to put the brewery on one of the squares that doesn't have anything yet?
Yeah. In front of the castle.
In front of? Oh, so by the pier?
Oh, the brothel? I thought we were doing a...
No, the brewery.
brewery.
The brewery? Where did you want to put it?
In front of the town hall, next to the alchemist? Does it need a house? No.
No. Do we want to put it to the right of the castle?
Sure.
I think I like the idea of it being near the alchemist.
Okay.
Here's the professional section of the town.
Yeah. So next
we
to
want
the
to zone
alchemist.
industrial and commercial and.
Yeah, that's fair. And across from the town hall.
Do not use the name Timmy. That's my brother's name, and I'm not happy with him right now. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Kind of drama, it's nothing. Alco Emporium. Ooh, I can't help but notice the brewery is like turned around the image for it.
I think we should call the alchemist Mortimer's Pestle.
Oh no! The economy faltered.
God,
You gain no.
Why
more
are
points.
all these rolls so
Sorry.
bad?
What
Alright.
happened?
I rolled a 1. I'm sorry.
Can we go back to rolling d20s, please?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I guess the 4 of us should
Okay.
take back over the rolls.
You know, occasionally the economy will falter.
Yep.
But honestly, I mean, for 6 turns, one of the other things I need you guys to always remind me of is to save. Because if I don't save, you know what happens?
We lose everything.
I lose everything. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's terrible. We're not about that life. So it'd be bad. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks. All frickin' righty then, boys and girl. So we've done the thing.
She's a queen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me go ahead and make sure I've saved. I'm gonna double save.
Triple save. Quadruple save.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that display off. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from Discord. And I'm gonna problem next week. All right, so it's been 6 months. The capital and the kingdom itself has expanded quite quickly over the course of those 6 months. You've gone from owning like just a small hex to owning, several of the hexes that surround the area. In fact, let me build your border. I've closed the program. I don't remember what you have yet, so I'm a little loopy. Forgive me. But we're going to pick up one of our first. I don't think I've shown this to you yet. I don't think you've seen the council chambers yet, but we're going to get a good glimpse of the council chambers. Ingram. We got Samia on her beautiful crown. We got Eric over here. We got... let's see, where'd he go? Denik. We got... Let's see here, Jode. We got Oleg. We got Svetlana. We got Jode. Got Creston. Ardnal Goldsmith. What's that?
We got Jode twice.
What are you talking about?
What?
Oh, we don't? Shut up. How do you know that?
You said it twice.
No, I didn't. You're crazy.
You did.
Alright, we got that.
Whatever. It's not like we can see.
Good. You shouldn't be able to. Alright.
I can see.
We're gonna move you guys over to our first ever super important council meeting of counselors. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, Samia. It's been numerous citizens that have come through making random complaints about, random things. Oh, Bobby stole my sheep. And Bobby's like, I didn't steal his sheep. The sheep was mine. Just silly, petty things you've had to deal with.
Yeah.
It's been going on and on. It's been like several hours of this. And there's a quick break in the middle of, well, everything that's been going on. A quick little break, as it were. And Ardnal Goldsmith, of all people, kind of pipes up ever so quietly. If I'd known that Rowland was going to be dealing with people's petty complaints about goats and sheep and who spilt their coffee on who else's paperwork, I think I would have stayed with smithing. No offense, Your Majesty, but this is boring as all hell.
None taken. I happen to agree, but... Well, I signed up for it. You certainly don't have to be here for all of the audiences.
Aye, but isn't it a bad look if, the council isn't all here and I storm off, complaining and muttering to myself? I feel like that just gives the wrong impression.
Well, I mean, don't storm off complaining to yourself.
Well, yeah, but... if I'm gonna leave, though, I'm gonna make a show of it, Your Majesty.
Well, I meant perhaps we should simply adjust how these audiences are held. If it's petty complaints like this, maybe me and one or two others, depending on whether it's economic, agricultural. We shouldn't have to waste everyone's time with listening to all of this.
Shakes his head, shakes his head, nods. You know, that's a good point. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna storm off now.
Mm,
Alright? But I'm not gonna make a show of it. I'm just gonna stomp my feet a couple of times, because, looks over at Theragord. You know what I'm talking about.
Argnall, you must remember that these petty matters, they may indeed be great matters for the simple folk of our country.
Alright, so I'm gonna slide my chair back real loud. I'm gonna grunt a few times, and then I'm going to. There's a big knock on the door. One of the guards goes over, has a quiet conversation between the crack, and says, "One Josa von Swift here to see you, Your Majesty. He brings news of of some trouble with giants in the marshes to the west. Shall I present him?"
yeah, might as well. You should stay for this. Sorry,
Argnall
giants.
does like a creak screeching noise, and then like slides, like bouncing forward again, like and he's like, "This bullshit. I fucking hate giants. They're too
Yeah,
tall.
but
It's not natural." All right,
uh,
so
aren't dwarves good at dealing with giants? Like cutting them
yes, we
down to
are, of course,
size?
but they ain't fucking natural. They're huge. That's not right. Nothing normal is that big. What a terrible person. We love to see him. So a man with his cloak, or hood, I should say, sort of pulled up over his eyes. He's got like a bandage over his face. He looks very, for our religious folks in the audience, he looks very Nethian, is the best way I can describe it. And he is,
Mhm.
allowed in and makes his way up the red carpet. Everyone kind of looks at him. Give me a knowledge, local or religion, on this gentleman to see what you know about him, if anything.
3.
3. That's horrible.
No, 33.
Oh, you said
No,
knowledge
Ingram got
local.
33.
You
Oh,
said knowledge local or religion.
oh,
You
I thought you
said.
said 3, Ingram, and I was like, that's
No.
really low for an intelligence-based cast.
Yeah.
But, what do
What
I
what
know?
what were the two things you said?
Religion
Religion or
or
local.
local.
Aha.
Ingram and I each rolled 1.
Ingram, you know that this man is indeed a local priest of Nethys, and has somewhat of a reputation about him over the last several weeks of Nethys is not a very aggressive god. It's like there's not a lot of proselytization? Proselytizing? There it is.
Proselytizing.
Thank you very much.
Not a
Proselytizing.
lot of missionary work.
Not a lot of missionary work that Nethians do. He's pretty aggressive about being like, you should respect and fear magic, and to not do so is an affront not only to existence, not only to Nethys, but to existence itself. He's not violent,
Right.
but he's very outspoken.
So, more or less than Jode.
Jode, I hope, has given the impression of being funny about his conversions. He's not that aggressive.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about Erastil, he'll talk your ear off. He's still trying to convert Theragor, which he also understands will never happen.
Yeah.
But he still tries. He's like, "So Theragor, my old friend, the Stag Lord." The actual Stag Lord. Let's discuss.
Still stack low.
Yeah.
Let's talk. Good talk.
I'm just saying. You look great with antlers. Just saying. It's good. It's very tree-ish, as it were. You do love hunting,
Very short tree.
very short. You'd be like a stump, as it were. The man walks forward. His hands are clasped in front of him. Makes his way down, head low. As he gets up to just in between Theragor and Eric. Eric is watching him. Everyone is watching him, actually. Akiros, I should say, is just sort of like, you see his eyes flash for a moment, and you probably recognize that as detect evil. He doesn't make any ready movements after doing so, but as the man gets there, he
I'll also
offers.
use see magic, my ability to do like an advanced detect magic.
You see, when you look at him, you just see a kind of like gray shadow over him. Like almost an absence of magic. It's weird.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to make a spellcraft check.
Definitely. 26.
So, what you realize as you're looking at this man, he himself is like he is like an anti-magic field for the arcane. Like it seems like the arcane either can't affect him or he like negates the arcane. And it's like centered like in his chest. And it's almost like this like cloak around him.
Okay. Like on his chest or inside
Like
his chest?
inside, like
Okay.
right where his sternum is. Like it just like,
Right.
and it's not like expanding, it's not like out, it's just like a centimeter off of him. It's just like this shadowy gray cloak of like
Right.
arcane magic won't affect him.
Like
You've never really seen anything like it. You don't know if it's protective, if it's like a symptom, but it's definitely something odd that you've
Right.
never seen before.
Would this be like the same kind of aura that clerics would get mechanically, like Theragor might have?
No.
Okay.
Nope,
Different.
something different. But as he gets there, he bows low. Hello, Your Majesty, and thank you for agreeing to see me. Of course, that is to say, I should not say, of course. I am Josa Var Swift, local priest of the Nethian faith. I come to you bearing ill tidings. I have a small congregation that had been exploring some of the forest as well as the... He smiles, his eyes are covered with this like wrap that has the symbol of Nethys on it. Some of my congregation and I were exploring the lands to the west. Not so deep into the Normoshes, but deep enough to where we could not see, smell, or hear civilization. We came across a creature, green, large, and angry. We did what we could to dissuade it. We tried diplomacy, we tried a violence, but it tore apart two of my acolytes. Myself and the rest fled. It was a troll, but there was something more to this troll. I caught a glimpse of a brand upon the back of its neck. Like 3 circles. Rings, I should say. 1, 2, and a central sphere of sorts. What I know about trolls, they fear fire and acid, but this one did not fear fire. Based on what we saw, what we heard, I fear there may be more than just one of them. I thought it best to bring this to your attention as well as the Baroness.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate this news. Can you show me on this map, on one of our maps, where you saw this?
I can describe it to you, but in the conflict, the fight with this troll, and he motions to the bandage over his eyes, my eyes were taken from me.
Ah, sorry about the insensitive comment then.
If no offense was intended, then no offense was taken, Your Majesty.
Right. If you could describe where you were, then that would be appreciated so we can look into this matter.
My acolytes and I traveled to the southwest of the capital. There is an old witch who lives in the woods that we wished to entreat with. We did so. We learned much from her, and hopefully she learned some from us. We then traveled due west from there. We were told there was an old tower hidden in the woods that may have links to our god, to the god of magic. It was roughly halfway between her hut and the supposed tower, maybe 12 or so miles from her hut, that we ran into this troll. Or trolls. It all happened very fast. I am unsure how many there truly were.
Right. I promise we will check it out. Thank you for bringing this information.
There is something else I wish to discuss with you. I would not press upon it if your time is short, but if your time is not, I would ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you send prayers to the god of magic, your majesty?
Me personally, no.
And why is that?
I worship Desna.
Do you not receive blessings of the arcane? Spells? Magic?
I do not. I'm not a spellcaster. I'm a warrior.
So at no point in your life have you ever experienced a benefit of magic?
My heritage is magically touched. So I guess in that definition, you could say I've received the benefits of magic.
So
but
your very existence is a blessing from the god of magic, then, is it?
It is not. I descend from elementals. You can argue that that's magic, but it's different from the god of magic as I understand him.
I would ask you a question, if I may.
The man
How
like
of-
turns his head slightly, but he can't see right now, so he just
Yeah.
sort of like bends his ear to your direction, there, Gore.
How often do you submit prayers to Torag?
And draws in a very long breath, slow, deep. You are attempting to make a point, sir. I would answer honestly, as there is no other answer I can give.
Well, how often do you use the fruits of the god of the forge? Does your horse have horseshoes?
I do
Do
not.
you
I
use
do not
iron
ride a
implements?
horse.
Do you? And he begin,
Goes
he
on,
begins
yeah.
adding on pots and this and all these things. Why, since you clearly benefit from the forge, why do you not offer it prayers?
Make a fair point, priest of the Dwarven Forge God.
Yes.
But I would argue that all of these things that are made by the forge can just as easily be made by magic. And most of what I have, if not all of it, is made by such.
Really?
I will interject here and try to kind of like, things are getting tense.
He
And
lunges
I
at,
think that
he
Janek would
lunges
be
at
like,
Faragor. Shut up!
"Let's, like,
Shut up, you fucking
try to relax
blasphemous
my business."
bastard!
Yeah.
Starts
say-
punching him in the face.
There is no god whose worship is truly unwelcome within these lands. Our queen has not forbade the worship of any, and there are those here who would respect both the god of magic, the god of the forge, and all other gods beside. To hold one over the other is folly, as they are all simply gods. You are free to worship here as you wish, just as our queen is free to worship as she wishes.
His head tilts to, like, have his ear in the direction, his left ear in the direction of Dennick. Are you the one that they call Dennick?
I am. For a blind man, you are very perceptive.
The way in which you speak reminds me of what those have told me that know you more personally. You are touched by the Fae, are you not?
I am the champion of the lady.
That is an
Make of that
answer.
what you will.
That is an answer as much as it is not an answer. From what I have been told, sir, you are a man of many gods and no gods.
To me, it would be foolish to ignore any deity, for they are a deity. To presume that one is more worthwhile of worship than the other is to disrespect another, and they are greater than I, and I do not wish to offend those who created the world.
Man turns, bows once more to Samia. I thank you, humbly, for your time, your majesty, and pray that these trolls and their incursion is dealt with swiftly. Me
I
and the
promise it will be.
that is all I can ask. Blessings of Nethys upon all of you. He, like, very slowly turns and, like, walks out. The guards, like, help him for a second. As he disappears through the door and the door closes, Arnold's like, that guy was a fucking asshole. I like him. He's kind of a dick.
I wondered for a moment if it would be wise for us to use him, in a manner of speaking. We could probably convince him to build and pay for a shrine to Nethys here in the city, to help focus his energies. However, with his personality, he seems like he would be a disruptive influence in our capital.
I may not be that wordly traveled, says Eric, but I have seen enough of men, of people, to know that that man is a borderline fanatic. I do not say this to be judgmental, but I fear Theragor, and of course this final decision lays with our own Baroness, but I think that man should be watched. I think he may be one step away from being dangerous. Faith is very powerful, you would know as a cleric. So too would Dennick, a man of many gods. Faith is a powerful thing, but as powerful as it is, it can also powerfully corrupt those who become consumed by it. You are even-tempered, Theragor. You understand that you follow whom you feel is best to follow, but you also respect others. I think it was plain to see that that man, as blind as he is, cannot see the forest for the trees. I'm open to being told otherwise, but that was my impression.
You said it was Svetlana who said that?
That was Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Eric. Right. Svetlana, what do you think?
She looks to Oleg. Oleg has his pipe. It's not lit, but he's just sort of just chewing on it a little bit. And Svetlana says, Your Majesty, I would tend to agree with Eric. Yet, those that are on the cusp of fanaticism, sometimes if they are given a task to, as you said, Theragor, to focus their energies, rather than them becoming corrupted or aggressive, they can be used for something good. I would agree, though, with Eric, he should be watched. These acolytes, do we know anything about them? These worshippers of Nethys? Your knowledge locals from earlier, your knowledge religion. Very small sect. He's got maybe half a dozen, maybe less now if some of them were killed by the trolls. But just a very small sect of basically like sycophants that follow him around.
All right.
Perhaps we should rather encourage him to set up a temple or a shrine in the farthest reaches of our new kingdom. Isolated to help his studies be uninterrupted.
Chuckles from a couple of the council members from that.
There is something strange about him.
Excuse me.
Arcane magic seems to be nullified near him, as if he's been protected from it. But I don't know why.
Perhaps he is out of his god's graces.
Perhaps.
Or deeply in it.
Can I, I'm gonna ask, Svetlana, I guess. I'm gonna look over and say, what was your grasp of his truthfulness? Do you think he is who he say he is?
Ooh, Svetlana will lean back in her chair slightly and sort of like clasp her hands together, folding them, and say, I think he was dangerously truthful. That's not to imply that I think he is necessarily presently dangerous, but he asked his questions, As you heard, of course, Smia, how often do you pray to Nethys? There was a hint, I think, and this is just my opinion, of course, but there was a hint of desperation in that question. You mentioned perhaps that he has fallen out of grace, whomever said that. Perhaps he has fallen out of grace with Nethys and is being punished, and this is his attempt at atonement. She looks down at Akiros, who says, doesn't say anything, but Akiros nods. She says, we know that there are different paths to find atonement. Unfortunately, some seeking atonement fall further into disrepute. Perhaps that is what he is... shrugs a little bit. At this point, I'm just sort of talking out of my ass. Forgive my language.
Perhaps. But in general, I do agree that he should be watched. If you have anyone in your employ, Svetlana.
I will have him tailed.
If, of course, Our Majesty allows it.
Yes. Granted.
Very good.
I share Eric's concern about zealotry, but I agree with Theragor that it's too soon to make a judgment call.
There is no harm in simply watching him.
Exactly.
At worst, we learn he is indeed a fanatic and is dangerous, and we can deal with it. At best, we learn he is not, and then we can, she motions to Theragor, try to focus his faith.
And now, what about these trolls?
Yes.
Did the markings... was that reminiscent of what we saw in the Stag
Remember
Lords?
the first session? where you guys fought the Stag Lord's men.
Yeah.
We had those
Yep.
weird. So well,
Yep.
boy, howdy, should that be going ding, 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 ringing some bells for you?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking at Ingram questioningly.
He is rather upset about the symbol coming back because he is. You can tell he's pretty sure that the Stag Lord, or Stagbird as we called him, is obviously not the mastermind behind those things.
Right.
It was your sweet baby boy, Ingram.
Where
Don't
did I
reach
go?
through this computer, I swear to God.
Where did you go wrong, Ingram? I
Yeah,
don't know. You weren't there as a father. That's probably the first part.
Yeah. It was a
Ooh,
bad dad.
you were a bad dad.
I was a bad dad. Don't know where that came from.
Whoa. That's funny.
But to get back into the character,
Yeah, for sure.
the runes are most likely Kedis's work. I should, because as of now, I have not told anyone in this room the truth, right?
No, didn't you tell everybody in character? Or did you? Or was that out of character? Because we had a
That was
Out of character.
That was out of character. That's
Out of
I mean,
right.
I may have said it in character, but I definitely wouldn't have been paying attention.
Yeah, you were off on your gallivant. You know, just kind
Yeah.
of chilling in the forest, having a
Your
connecting with
Rumspringa.
nature. Your Rumspringa. What?
I don't know. It's a
What?
Mormon thing, I think. I don't know.
What? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
No
that's
drinking
a-
before session anymore, Ingram. I'm kidding.
Wow. I am 29 years sober. I'm also 29 years old. Well, no, I take that back. I have partaked of alcohol before. Never mind. Anyways,
Degenerate.
no.
That's funny.
I don't think I have at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bring it up, you're welcome to do so. If you want to wait, it's up to you.
He's hanging on his words, like he's thinking. Therefore, you obviously can tell this. He's not a hard man to read, but like it's very much confusing.
Right.
I will look over at Samia and ask, can we have the room cleared, please? Of the gods, everyone at the tables, and Your Majesty can stay.
The guards look to Samia for a command.
Samia kind of waves her hand in agreement.
They both step out. Guards step outside for a moment. As they do so, one of the guards says, "There is one more person here to see you, Your Majesty. Her name is Mrs. Stone," she says. Oh, pardon me, Miss Stone, of Stone Mercantile.
Ingram, can we put a pin in this for a moment? We should speak with
Of course.
our
Benefactor.
patron of the Caster's Tower.
Of course.
Please let Miss Stone in.
Shall we remain, Your Majesty, until she leaves, or depart?
You can stay while she's here.
As you say, Your Majesty. They step out. As they step out, in steps Miss Stone.
No, I said they could stay while she was in.
Yep. Miss Stone steps in, they stay, and she offers a bright, beaming smile. To describe her, she looks like a wizard. I mean, straight up, true and true, big, floppy brimmed hat, blonde, dirty blonde hair, almost a, like, uncanny valley, perfect kind of face. Like, no imperfections, no blemishes, just like a very bright, warm smile. As she enters in, I didn't mean to have this cat here already, but she does have a cat on her shoulder. So it's there's a kitty. It's an orange kitty, kind of like an orange kitty, kind of like Miss Luna. We love her. But she walks in and she offers a bright, beaming smile to everyone. Your Majesty, I do believe this is the first time we've met officially in person. My associate, Miss Ostrid, has been I believe, dealing as a kind of liaison between us. May I approach your
Yes.
throne?
Yes, of course.
Brilliant. And she goes, do, 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 do. She stops looking over at Dennick and offers him a very, like, beaming, like, almost like little, almost too wide of a smile, like a
Mm-hmm.
very bright smile. She says, and Mr. Dennick, an absolute pleasure to see you again. And what is this on your shoulder and arm? Is that bark?
We have very fine cedars here.
I can see your wit has not changed in the very least. Good to see you're in good health. She moves forward a bit, pauses, turns back. You are in good health, yes? She smiles. And then she, very just kind of glides over. The cat on her shoulder is like, just kind of sitting there, goes, meow, does one of those, and she offers a very modest curtsy and says, it is an absolute pleasure and dare I say, an honor to make your acquaintance. Acquaintance? Here I am, forgetting how to speak Telden. It is an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Miss Samia, your Baroness, I should say. I wanted to, just first and foremost, extend my gratitude in allowing me to construct my home for the time being, the arcane, the wizard's tower, along the waterfront. I must say as well that the lake, this lake is. I've seen much of Golorian in my travels, but this lake, there is a kind of peacefulness to it that I think I've been searching for some time. And, again, I offer my humblest thanks and humble gratitude in your willingness to allow us to operate within your borders. I, I suppose that's really what I've come to say, but what questions do you have for me, if any?
Uh, you're finding your tower adequate then?
More than adequate. The inside is much larger than the interior. Small pocket dimension, as it were.
All right. If you're satisfied, I'm satisfied.
Absolutely, completely satisfied. I did, however, wish to ask a couple of small, minor line items about different supplies or things you may need. As I'm sure you're aware, my company, the business I run, is a kind of merchants' guild of sorts. We operate in several of the large cities throughout Golorian. We have some offices in Absalon, in Opera, in Taldor, of course, over in Varesia. Have you heard of the village of Sandpoint? Quite a quaint little place. No permanent residence over there, but we do
No, it's supposed
occasionally
to.
travel out that way. What is the kingdom in need of?
That is a good question. Um,
The
I
cat
suppose.
hops off her shoulder and goes and sits right in front of Ingram and does that thing that cats do where it just stares at you and its tail flicks back and forth. Like it just stares at you. Go ahead, Samia. Forgive me.
Uh, I suppose that as of right now, what we need is time to grow, which I'm aware isn't something you can provide.
No, unfortunately not. In small quantities, but likely not in the quantities you would need.
No. I do
Miss,
appreciate you asking.
I think it is a proper thing for one to do when they are a guest in someone else's home to try to be helpful. And it is my goal, as much as it is to see my own business thrive, but also to see the barony, the gods willing, your kingdom at some point, grow and prosper as well. I don't ask for much, just, again, that small plot of land and an opportunity to ply my wares and my trades. She looks around the room for a moment, and her eyes settle on Ingram. Do we know one another from somewhere, sir? You're Ingram, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. I used to be a scribe for Logos, the library in Absalom. Perhaps from there. I was once in Brevoy, prior to coming here.
Perhaps it was Absalom. Do you have any family, a brother perhaps, that worked or lived in one of those places with you?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've got a question.
Go for it.
Didn't she show up at Oleg's camp when we were all there?
It was Ostrid, I thought.
It was Ostrid, her
Yeah.
assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, good question. It was Ostrid, yeah.
It's been a while, I guess.
It was this token.
Hmm.
That one.
Yeah. She's invisible in the room, isn't she?
Okay.
She's the cat.
Is she? I don't know. I'm not making the rules. Great
Yeah.
question, Nick. No, it's been a hot second. No, this is the first time you've actually had like a face-to-face conversation with her.
Okay.
If memory serves correct. And it doesn't always. So
Do it again. I'm okay with it.
yeah, I mean, I'm also sometimes wrong. So please forgive me.
A lot of the time.
Whoa! Hey, all right.
Hey,
It's weird how
hey,
it's weird
okay.
how Ingram's only level 1 now.
Wow.
It's weird how that works out.
Level 10? Awesome. Thanks.
No, just one. Just
10.
a single digit. Yep.
10.
Enjoy that D6 HP.
Yeah. No, that's a good no.
You remember that? Remember that first session where it was like I am Gauvain the Magnificent. Fear my oh god, he has a hammer. That's really good.
Are we done making fun of you?
Yeah, no, never. We're never done making fun of you, baby bird.
I love this.
All right, but go ahead. But she turns to you and she asks that question of you, Ingram. Do you have a brother or a cousin, a sibling of some sort? I swear I met someone who looked ever so similarly like you, a bit older.
It's possible. Perhaps we should talk about it over tea sometime. I'll come to you.
She grins brightly at that.
Mhm.
I do love tea. You are welcome whenever you're free, Mr. Ingram, at my tower. In fact, all of you are invited whenever you wish. I do love hosting as much as I love being a guest.
This whole time he has like ad hoc a little minor illusion spell to get a cat toy. Just to
the
ever
cat
so
is having a ball
deftly.
with that.
Yes.
That cat is like, it's like with Miss Luna when I take a pencil because she loves pencils or like straws, and she's just like, I love this. Like that cat is having a riot right now, an absolute riot. And as you are doing that, and she says, "Oh, that's fascinating. I can see that Kedis really enjoys your company." Her cat's name is Kedis.
I dropped the spell.
The cat meows and looks sad and then jumps back on her shoulder. Well, I simply wish to make my presence known and to see all of you face to face. If there is anything you need, or even just an ear to lean upon, I may not be the most worldly traveled, but I have seen much of this beautiful world in which we live. Also, if there's any items of creation, I am offering, well, not a one-time, but a several-time discount to the council here. Again, a strong council is a strong barony, and a strong barony is a strong economy in which people will buy much. I consider these offers investments into both your future and mine. Is there anything else I can offer for you before I depart?
Not that I can think of, unless anyone else here had something.
Oh. Ingram has gone silent and is staring daggers at Miss Stone.
The cat's just like glaring at you like cats do when they're annoyed. It wants that ball back. That was a dick move, man. You prestidigitate a cat toy and then disappear it. It's like Theodore right here when I'm doing the laser pointer and then I stop it and he just looks around like, what the fuck, man? But yes, she offers another curtsy and says, well, in that case, until we all meet next again, walk well and keep the ink wet. And she smiles, turns, and just exits ever so carefully. The two guards look to Samia for a kind of like, how do you put this? A signal of some sort to step out of the
Yep.
room.
Yep. She kind of waves them
Yeah.
off.
Hey, please step out of the room.
On her way out, though, he is doing the full like see magic ability.
Yeah?
I'm gonna mark off the 2 points for that.
Yeah?
Yeah, 7.
Okay.
I'm getting a full up and down.
Mhm.
That cat, her, anything that's on her, any magical ability or spell or enchantment that she's placed on herself.
Okay, interesting. Got it. Okay. Very good. Very good. So you're doing like a detect magic on her, is what I'm hearing from you. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
my Arcanist exploit see
Okay.
magic.
Okay. I got you.
There's
Okay.
the description for it.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're doing like a detect magic. Is that what you're doing on her? I'm being
Yes.
such a dick. I'm sorry.
I
All right.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
do
you
you do
are.
detect magic. As you look at her, it may come as a shock. You see no magic on her. Nothing.
Okay.
Not her cloak, not her staff, not her hat, not even her cat. One of two things occurs to you. Either she came here completely unwarded, wearing all mundane equipment, or she has some sort of non-detection spell on her to where you cannot see the magic that's on her.
Okay.
It's one of the two things.
Forgive me,
Or here's the third
or
option. She could just be full of shit.
She
yeah.
could just be full of poop. That's true. She's not actually a wizard. She just pretends to be one. She's just a capitalist. Like, see, if she was in charge, she'd be doing overwhelming, and you guys would have a lot more gold. I'm just saying.
Well, it's all about presentation.
All about presentation. That's beautiful.
So, forgive me for not knowing, but non-detection, is there any way to go around that?
Yeah, eventually, like True Sight, things like that, which you don't have access to yet. Yeah.
Right, but no skill rolls or skill checks
No,
can. Okay.
not right
Because
now.
the ability does give me a take 15 on
Yeah.
spellcraft and knowledge arcana.
Yeah, like you're not sure just based off of partly just role play because I want to keep it slightly a mystery for now. You're just not sure if it's either non-detection or she just came unwarded. Both are just as likely. As the campaign progresses, obviously you'll have a chance to like know the truth.
Right.
But for now, like I'm gonna be real, just story-wise, I want to keep it a mystery.
Got it.
Oh my god, my immersion is ruined.
She's Kedis. Kill her.
Is she? Or did she just name her cat that? I don't know. Speaking of kitties, do you all see this kitty? He's such a he does not want to be held, but he wants pets, but not holds.
Yes.
He wants pets.
My cat's the same. Figgy's the same way.
He's like no touch, only pets. He's a good boy. All right, what do you got? Ingram, you have the room.
Yes. So I'm gonna wait a little while for her to get down, maybe just get down the hall real quick. And he is going to
Fireball.
I mean, a 20-foot AoE.
She's actually a level 2 commoner and just dies.
Yeah. Let's see, 20-foot. Oh, you meant her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna fireball the council chamber? Good campaign, everybody. It's
That's
over.
what I thought.
Bye.
Yeah.
Everybody give me reflex saves, I guess.
No.
Nice knowing you all.
We should have a non-canon battle royale one day.
We should not do that because PvP is never fun.
No, it's not. Is it any better than D&D in this? You probably don't know.
Here's the big thing. It comes down to power gaming and dice luck.
Yeah.
Someone always ends up butthurt. I never do PvP.
Yeah. All right.
I think Samia will run over all of us right now.
Oh yeah, she's got the high ground. Come on.
Yeah, I would also just give her better gear because I hate all of you except her. She's amazing. Charles, I would give you equal gear and I'd let the dice tell the story because they do.
That's right.
Yeah,
They have
Let me guess.
Remember,
I have nothing.
No, you're level 1. Denik, you're like level 4 because you're okay.
Wow.
Oh, I would take away all of my gear and just give me like a rubber chicken and say, "Well, good luck."
Amazing. Amazing.
Does
Everyone has
1d2.
no abilities, but you have a rubber chicken. It comes down to d20 rolls, 1d3 plus 1. Let's go.
Non-lethal damage only.
Non-lethal damage only. It's a very aggressive chicken fight, rubber chicken fight. It's very good.
It's like slappers only.
We're having fun here. It's good to
Yeah.
see you guys.
Okay, so Ingram is kind of like working up the courage to say it, but he is somewhat uncomfortable with it. He will get up and basically go here to address everyone.
Oh.
I have lied to you all. And I must ask your forgiveness. I, in my past, have not been the best person. Neither have I been the best family member either. I'll start from the beginning. I once worked as a cleric in a small port town outside of Absalom. I fell in love and married someone.
Scandalous. I'm sorry, please continue.
Her name was Anala. And we had a child. That child was my mentor, Keres Ralstrom.
I'm not certain I understand.
I am significantly older than I let you all on to believe. I think we came to like 150.
Oh, okay.
Dex like, all right.
Yeah. No,
There are
175.
lots of my former traveling companion was like 300. So sure.
I mean,
like,
I don't mean to be that dwarf at the party, Ingram, but like, we, lots of people lie about their age. I mean, do I look a day over 150? I'm nearly 200.
Or that's
Right.
weird, I guess.
Go on, please.
I feel like
Thank
there
you.
might be more to this story.
As I've said, Keres is my child. Unfortunately, I never had the chance to properly raise him. I worked as a clerical aide in the city of Absalom. Shortly before his birth, I was headhunted, I guess you could say, by another family. One that actually lived in Absalom. Much better pay. I could afford anything I really needed. I wasn't magically inclined at that point, so I was for lack of a better word, a basic person.
That was a basic ass bitch.
Yeah. Level 0 commoner, let's get real.
Hilarious.
So I left. And shortly thereafter she had the child, which I knew was coming before I left, of course. And I came to and fro here and there. Then she started returning the portion of salary I gave her. And the letters stopped. And we went our own ways. It was rather... Anyways. It wasn't that I didn't love her, it's just... There were a lot of things happening at that point, and I couldn't gather the courage to go see them.
As you are speaking, Ingram, there's a lull right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Akiros, not aggressively, not judgmentally, but he interjects. Ingram, you're telling us these names of people from your past, and I feel there is some sort of connection that you are alluding to. I think the weight, the gravity of what you're telling us would have more impact if you explain to us who this Kedis person is, or your wife. Is this someone we know presently? Is it... What is the connection here that is making you feel so ill? It's making you feel as though you've lied to us. Your age is no matter. As Argnal said, people lie about their age all the time. What are we missing, brother?
I have completely forgotten that your mentor is the guy in yellow.
Like, actually, you, Nick?
No,
Oh.
Danik rolled an intelligence check of a 6, so we're just like,
Nice.
who is this guy again? I do not know. In several months.
Yeah. I'm getting there. And I apologize for the wait. I've never been the best storyteller. Karis Ralstrom is the man in yellow. And he is also my mentor.
And also your son.
And also my son.
Oh. There's a lot of nods and like, oh, I get it now. Yeah, that's heavy.
I'm surprised that he learned enough to be in a position that he could teach you, given the amount of time you've been alive compared to him.
Right. I understood some bits of the arcane matters, mostly due to my heritage. But I never fully invested any time in it. I guess up until that point, I was just afraid of living a life. But when he was about 80 or 75, I believe, I started following him. Not in a weird way. Shut up, Argo! Shut up!
Joe takes his hands and puts them over his eyes and kind of does this, and he's like, so what you're telling us is you're an absentee father. Your son was at an age where he was about to die and you decided to start stalking him? What am I missing here?
And you knew that the man in yellow was your son and didn't tell us.
I feel like the longer the
Is
story
that the
goes,
lie?
the worse it gets.
Yes. I ran into him and he caught me and decided, I'm going to teach you magic now. And then that's how I became an alchemist. And then ever since, I've been working under him. And the lies. And he is on, like, the verge of tears.
So everyone looks to him, then looks back to Samia, then looks to him, then back to Samia, and is silent. Other than obviously the PCs, you can do what you want.
Right. I don't think there's anything that I can do to help him. I wanted you all to know this because it is important and could keep us ahead of whatever he is doing. He has fully given himself to this entity that was at the library he was looking for. I met this entity. I give him all the information that I know. That like it's a something feline, it's some sort of like godling, maybe like a demigod or some like higher entity that's maybe above mortality, maybe. We I don't know. And I give them the name. I think they already know. Which was Aventarana.
Aventarana.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one at least you've shared with us.
Yes. And I give them all the connecting information and everything like that. So, like, everything you guys know, your characters know.
Info dump.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. It's beautiful.
There's also one more thing that I think should be known. The incident with the explosion before we went to the temple, I believe has left some sort of imprint on me. I've taken measures to try and find out what it is, and I'll make a small, like, arcane illusion of basically what I see when I look into the weave using see magic and detect magic and all that. And I'll make a sort of representation of what this little black dot is that I saw before.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I think it might be some sort of mark on my soul or a curse. And then there's also this as he like gestures to his eyes that have just changed to black sclera or whatever the white parts is. Sclera, right? Yeah. It's like a cat, right?
Yeah.
Cat
Your
eyes.
eyes
Okay.
look more cat-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean to be that dwarf at the party again, but that doesn't look natural. No offense.
Well, you've seen it. Did you not notice, or?
I mean, again, no offense, laddie. I ain't staring into your eyes longingly all the time.
Well, I'm offended, Ognall. I really am. I thought we had something.
You're not my type.
Oh well.
Not enough of a beard.
That's insensitive.
Watch out, Theogor. Watch out.
All right, I'm storming out now.
Oh, listen. Fireball. No.
Samia kind of salutes him.
Yeah.
He chuckles. It's all in good.
So that is my big and scary and terrifying. My big scary secret.
All the NPCs turn to look at Samia like they're not going to say anything. It's her choice. How does she want to handle this?
I'm gonna sit down. I need a drink.
Well,
Okay, what do you
Good
want us
news.
to do about this?
It's
good news
just
about that drink. There's a brewery that just moved in.
There is
Yeah.
indeed a brewery that just opened.
Yes. The point of giving all this information is that knowledge is power, and power is useful when respected and used well.
Oh, okay. Let's
Do you expect-
compartmentalize.
Do you expect us to do anything about this right now? Is I believe what Denek is asking, correct?
Well, what I'm asking is your mentor was a willing partner with enslaving people and protracted violence here. So what do you actually want to have happen? Because I would like to respect the privacy of your family, but this man was quite dangerous.
I understand it now that his actions have no reflection upon me or reflection upon my inaction, I suppose. What I want done is to find out exactly what happened and if there is a possibility of helping him doing that. If not, he is planning some very dangerous things if we don't do something about it.
And what if we come across him
He is to be
and we are
considered...
forced to kill him? What are your thoughts upon that?
Until a time that we know a solid chance of perhaps saving him, I will not blame anyone for killing him.
I
Do
do
you
not
think
mean to
there's-
be insensitive, Ingram. Oleg speaks up. He's lit his pipe at this point. That sweet smell of vanilla tobacco fills the air around him and wafts over in your direction. I don't mean to be insensitive, Ingram. If I'm to understand correctly, this man was both your mentor and your son. You likely have a range of emotions with regards to... Well, you likely have a range of emotions, but this man was a murderer? A necromancer? Man is a monster. And I do not know if he is worthy of being saved. That is my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. But if it was up to me, I would see him hung like the rest of the bandits.
I do not disagree. And
Unless we find out that he has one of those magical compelling tattoos. I'm sorry for interrupting. Uh, um, you know, if he's actually in control of his actions, then yeah, I mean, like, I'm kind of here representing the law of the land now as the marshal. So, like, I was all up for trying to save that one lady earlier in the campaign who was like clearly under the influence,
Yeah,
but
Elnora.
I don't know about this guy.
Yeah. There's a difference between doing something willingly and not, and she clearly was not quite so willing. It sounds like, no offense, but it sounds as if Kedis chose this path and is continuing to choose it.
right. And I agree. He is to be considered a hostile. If that is how you want to put it. Deep down, of course, I want to save him, but I know that there's probably nothing I can do.
I should also bring it before the council that the Lady of the Wood has some sort of business to the south. She has been calling me in that direction. I do not know for how much longer I can put that aside.
That direction seems to coincide with the direction that Josa said the trolls were. Could be a connection.
Oh. Wait, didn't he say that they were near the wizard's tower? Like the tower
There
with
was
the...
apparently a tower to the west of the city. Not the arcane tower that is
Okay.
stones, but like another tower out in the woods.
Not the one I got the amulet from.
No. Nope.
Another
That
tower.
one's northwest. Yeah, there's another
Okay.
another tower. Towerception. That is correct, yes.
It could be, but I'd be surprised. I don't
Your
think
son
that,
is in another tower.
the lady didn't strike me as the type to care if a predator was just eating something in the woods, you know.
Right.
But it could be.
And I do want to remind everyone of what she called her cat. So I'm not sure exactly what that meant. I'm going to have a candid conversation with her.
It could have been, says Eric. I mean, it could have been a strange coincidence, but that is a strange coincidence.
It is.
And the
And
fact
with-
that it jumped off and stood right in front of you? It's weird, right? Isn't that weird?
It is.
I feel like it's
I-
weird.
Yeah. Especially with Avantara's connection to the feline. It deserves looking into.
Direction to the feline.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
I've been sitting on that this entire conversation, just waiting for an excuse to use it. As everyone's discussing, Theragor, you start to feel this kind of like itch on your forearm. It travels up your shoulder, up to your head, and you just feel like you're being watched. A moment later, Theragor, an image appears in front of you. Everyone can see this image. You, everyone. It is none other than Gorla. She is squatting on the table in front of you, and she's grinning from ear to Drugarian ear. Well, hello there, little Theragor. Did you think I'd forgotten about you? I've been a bit busy off to the west. I'm feeling a bit lonely. Perhaps you can join me there when you're, she looks around the room, not so preoccupied. Oh, and by the way, your companion, your mentor, he died screaming. She cackles and then disappears.
Theragor, slams his fist down on the table. You can tell he's very red. He's very flustered. He says, "If you must forgive me. I must send word immediately to Brunderton to see if what she says is true. I had thought of I had planned to invite him to relocate this to our new kingdom, but forgive me."
Ingram puts a hand on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. He looks at you.
He's just patting you on the back.
Oh, right, yes.
Okay, take your time.
Yes. Is there any more business that we must attend to?
Argnal slides his chair back aggressively and storms off chuckling. Just like, I'm done.
Right.
He just leaves.
This is too much.
This is too much.
These people are weird.
Speaking of drinks, I need several.
Well, Theragor, then, if by your leave, Baroness.
Yep. Yeah. Let's not start doing that shit. Thanks, everyone. And that was in character for the record.
Right.
Love that. Love that. All right, so we've obviously been going for like 2 hours and 15 or so minutes. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard my daughter crying a lot over the last hour, and I think my wife might need a hand.
Well, no, that's absolutely fine.
I think we got some good role playing. We got some good kingdom building.
Yeah.
Question: are people busy next weekend, or were we able to play next weekend? I feel like you were busy.
I have a function next weekend.
Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I am going to call the session here right now because we don't have a lot of time left when we normally go for about 3 hours. And also I need to go relieve my wife, give her a quick break. It is what it is. But I thought today went great. I think we got some good role playing. We got some kingdom building done, and we have some direction to take it. We'll rendezvous back together in 2 weeks.
I'm not available.
We'll rendezvous back here in 3 weeks.
God.
So the goal is to get back at this on the 12th. Is that fair?
Yeah,
sounds good. Be disintegrated in 3 weeks.
Dang it.
My pet dinosaur dies on the 12th.
Come on. Well, the good news is we got a session in, and you know how it is. You know how it is with scheduling, and also summer can be very busy for everyone. So I completely understand.
Yes.
So let's do this. Let's plan to get back together on the 12th of July. I wish everyone a wonderful 4th. To those that celebrate it. To you godless heathen up in Canada, I wish you a great Canadian Day, whatever that is. I don't remember. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. I'm so mean.
July 1st, actually.
Wow. Perfect. I wish you a wonderful Canada Day. In the meantime, as always, at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up session 13?
Nope. Lots of fun. Glad to be running.
Had a great time. Glad to be back. Love the long drawn out Where are we going with this, Ingram? We need to get there. We need to get to the
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
point.
He's a
Make it.
wizard. He's long-winded.
He's a wizard. He's
Let him
long-winded.
be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as I always say, be well, be safe, happy gaming. Thank you to the players for playing. Thank you to the viewers for viewing. We'll catch you next time. And remember, the dice have a story to tell, and every week we find out what that story is. Today it was, after 6 months, the economy falters. Until next time, be well, everybody. Cheers.
Overwhelming taxes.
Yeah.